Hello, I am Kristen, and welcome to my channel on healing my body and mind through nutrition and exercise. Today, we're going to go over my 5 tips on how to stick to the carnivore diet, what worked for me. Remember, I am not a nutritionist or a doctor. This is my journey and my journey alone. And this is just giving you ideas of what worked for me. It may not work for you, but maybe it does. And I hope that it does. So before we get started, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, follow along, and comment. I love to hear where you are on your journey today. So, number 1, eat red meat. The obvious, right? But in the beginning, I will say that for me, I actually got a little bit of nauseousness just even smelling the red meat. It was very hard. So if you cannot eat red meat in the beginning every single day, then it's okay to implement other animal proteins. I still do to this day. It just makes this way of eating a lot easier for me. So poultry, game, um, seafood, right? Just make sure to try to implement as much as possible red meat into your diet. Number 2, try to get, this one is hard for me, but any type of organ meat. So liver is probably the best thing for me. I personally just cannot take the taste of liver. There are supplements out there I have yet to try, but what I try to do is I try to find the organ meat that I do like, and I like one that's called molleja, and I find it at Wild Fork, and I love to make it in the little oven so that it can get nice and crisp. That's the way I like it. But if you like liver, please go ahead and eat your liver. It is really, really good for you. Lots of nutrients, and it helps overall with the carnivore diet. So number 3, water intake, H2O. I talk about this plenty. I noticed my fatigue going down when I don't get enough water intake in my diet. So I tend to have a really big cup of water. I don't have it here right next to me. Actually, it's right back there. You could see it. And my husband makes fun of me because it's so big, but this is the only way that I can really get my water intake in, because I am so bad about drinking water that I will realize that it is 12 o'clock here right now, and I have not drank that much water today. I actually haven't. I'm currently drinking my coffee and getting ready to eat my breakfast. So make sure that you get your H2O in. Was that number 3? No, number 4. Number 4 is try to monitor your electrolytes. There are different ways that you can either get it by blood work. Obviously, that's not always an easy solution. For me, that was not it. My solution was just listening to the signals in your body. So I knew when I started the carnivore diet, it was kind of like a slippery slope. And it took me a really long time to get out of either what was probably the keto flu, and then really, really a lot of days of fatigue and tiredness. And I realized maybe I'm missing my electrolytes. I was feeling very nauseous after meals. That was one of the signs for me, for my body. And so I bought a supplement of electrolytes that really, really helped me. And I stopped feeling that nauseousness, and I stopped feeling tired. And it really, really worked for me. I'll link that in the description below, the one that I use. Absolutely love it. I do not use it every day now, but if I feel like I'm kind of missing some electrolytes, I go ahead and add that to my water, drink it really quick, and feel so much better. So number 5 is cook with healthy fats. So that is butter, ghee, or tallow. These are the 3 things that I use. I actually just recently bought ghee. It kind of has a little bit of a funny taste when you kind of taste it by itself. My husband says that it tastes like crayons. I've just heard so many people loving it, and it took me a really long time because it is kind of pricey, but I wanted to get it because it says that you could cook it with a high heat point, and because we cook a lot of times churrasco or ribeye, whenever I add the butter, it causes a lot of smoke. And so I will say that with the ghee, I feel like it kind of does the same thing. I don't really notice too much of a difference, and it doesn't give me as much flavor. So personally, I really just love using either organic or grass-fed butter if you can get it, and or tallow. The tallow also really causes a lot of smoke in my house, where my alarm always ends up going off and it's really smoky in the house. So I just do not use the tallow in my house. I tell my husband, if we're going to barbecue, we're going to grill, we'll use the tallow out there, and then when I cook inside, I'll use butter. But those are my tips for today. Very, very simple. 5 easy tips that you can use when starting carnivore diet. I hope that they really help. And I would love to know, are you new to carnivore? Why are you trying carnivore? Is it to lose weight? Is it because you have an autoimmune disease or other issues that you're trying to solve or fix or see if it works for you? What is your journey? What day are you on? And are you feeling better? I would love to hear those comments below. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button like we talked about. Comments. Again, any questions you have, I would love to make videos for you. And real quick, because I talked about this in my last videos, I think that my bowel movements, TMI, we're going to talk about, was really watery and bothering me because I was eating bacon every single day. And I think that it finally started to just catch up with my stomach. I have microscopic colitis, and so my gut is very sensitive to a lot of rendered fat and different things that I eat that I just, maybe you can eat, but I can't. And so I was having bacon every single day for breakfast, and I decided to cut back. So the last couple days, I have not had any bacon, and my bowel movements are pretty much back to normal. So today, I am going to try bacon. I'm not going to eat it again tomorrow. I'm not going to eat it every single day. I just going to implement it every other day or once a week because I really do love it, and see if it affects my stomach, see how I feel on it. But I made a quick short video on how to make these delicious eggs and bacon all on my griddle. So go check that out. I love that on the griddle you can make pancakes, but you can also just cook your bacon and your eggs all at the same time. So it makes it a lot easier. And the other thing that I love is that cooking the bacon on my griddle, it doesn't actually splatter out like when I try to cook it in a regular pan or even in my cast iron pan where the fat just kind of sits there and it starts splattering everywhere. It doesn't do that on the griddle. So that is a huge plus for me. I have had this griddle forever, and I probably have used it in the last 2 weeks more often than I probably should. And now it's like permanently sitting on top of my stove because I love making the eggs and the bacon and all at once. Or even if I have a lot of eggs, not bacon, a lot of eggs that I'm making for the whole family, I can make probably 12 eggs and make it on the griddle. And I really want to get one of those flat top griddles for the outdoor. So maybe it'll be a Mother's Day gift, or maybe I'll just get that for my husband as a Father's Day gift and it'll be more for him. We'll see. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you again tomorrow.